All right. We are back at the Cryptocosm here in the Cryptocosm. We are all about how cryptocurrencies and blockchain-based solutions are going to revolutionize the internet, information, and money. And I got a special guest. I happened to come across his LinkedIn post, which is all about data aggregation. And I know many of you have used CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Then you got Messari, you got Coin Paprika, you got a lot of aggregators out here. So, but there is a massive gap in terms of information arbitrage, and a lot of people don't know uh, about CoinMarketCap is that it is owned by Binance. So, don't you think there's a conflict of interest? So, we're going to dive deep, and I got my main man Julian from the Secret Company. He has this amazing project called Mobula Finance. Did I say that right, Julian?
Yeah, exactly. We can say just Mobula because Mobula Finance is our name, our domain name. But yeah, you can say Mobula.
Gotcha. Mobula. Okay, awesome,
Yeah.
perfect. All right. So, but hey, before we dive into some of your many projects, personally for me, I like to hear your origin story into cryptocurrencies and blockchain.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's start from there, and then we will.
Okay. No
Yeah.
problem. Okay, so maybe I can introduce myself.
Sure.
My name is Julian, nomad pirate on social networks. I'm a little bit anonymous, better in
All right.
Web3.
Cool.
We will talk about it if you want. But
Sure.
no, my
Sure.
name is Julian. I'm the co-founder of The Secret Company, a London-based startup studio that we created with 4 other business partners 2 years ago. And I have launched 1 year ago our Web3 program, our Web3 division, where we could create 2-3 big Web3 and ambitious startups every year. Mobula Finance is the startup we co-found, the number 3. We have co-founded 2 other companies we will talk about if you want. Basically, my job and what I like to do and what drives me every day is to create ambitious Web3 companies with singulars and talented entrepreneurs. I'm going to help people who have ideas. I'm going to help people who have product. I'm going to help people who have like unfair advantage with my team and with my business partners, making something ambitious and going to the moon. And
Hey, all right.
what we are trying to build this day, it's something very huge. We basically trying to make a decentralized version of CoinMarketCap, something used and powered and controlled and owned by users, something without market manipulation, without problem, without inefficiency, without not being able to be listing it's this in this data aggregators that sometimes you need a contact or sometimes you need money. So we are fighting this, and we are making this decentralized. So it's a very case study of what decentralization can make it in terms of efficiency, in terms of accuracy, but also in terms of social improvement and what users want now. They don't want now to see and to be controlled by entities, by dependent company, but they want to to own the technology. They want to contribute to the technology. They want to be sure not only one people, one entity is behind what they use to invest, what they use to know the market. And it's our fight with Mobula Finance.
All right. Okay. Cool, man. Okay. That's interesting. But it's a good thing. Like you got other people too who's with you and trying to create really amazing solutions in the marketplace. So because obviously the term the word decentralization is quite a buzzword, but obviously you've been in the marketplace long enough to know that there's various levels of decentralization, right? So but yeah just kind of personally want to hear your story origin, like like how did you hear about crypto, and
Yeah.
like so I think that'll be something cool for people to like
Of course.
understand, you know?
Me, it's pretty atypical, like most of people, I think. But like 2 years ago, I was like curious, like reading some posts. I'm very curious, and before I was mainly on the growth and marketing side, developing Web2 companies 2 years ago. So I, as a growth and marketing addict, I was always curious, looking for new strategies, etc. And I found some article about like new cryptocurrency and all the world around it, mainly what's working and what's going on the BSC, Binance Smart Chain, all the new project that we're launching, etc. And I start from here with one of the first entrepreneur we support and we co-create company with. It's Sasha, and with him we started to create our first project 1 year ago, which is StaySafe, a scanner of tokens. So basically, you can copy the smart contracts of the tokens you want to invest in BSC or in ETH, Ethereum, but it's mainly used in BSC because in BSC you will see that it can. There's a lot of scams, and our project fights the scams, you know. And this project, the first we launched already, and it's live again, and there's like more than 1 million use every week, you know. But this project 1 year ago, we decided to make like a kind of scanner that will analyze the smart contract of each tokens, and we'll see what is the repartition of the top 5 orders, is the liquidity blocked, what is the max and buy sell. We will analyze all the factors and all the parameters of the smart contract, and we'll put a score of potentially scam, yes or not, you know, because there's like some smart contract that we had launched, but without liquidity blocked, the repartition of the top 5 orders was crazy, like 80% of the pool, and this is very difficult and dangerous for investors. And we decided to make this product, and it was actually the first scanners in the BSC. And after we were scrapped a lot, but I think like two months ago, we were like top 1,400 finance app. We were one of the best scanner in BSC. We are again on the top 10, but we have lost some places because we are focusing on building mobile finance now. But it was my first project on BSC. Because I faced to some scam, I have invested in BSC project, and I've been scammed like a shit. It's like this, you know, you invest in some pool. I've made a lot of error, you know. I've been participating in pre-sale with a ping sale link, and 2 hours later, I'm thinking, and I'm seeing like the link I have invested 1 BNB, so 300 or 400 at the period, and I'm looking the URL, you know, it's pink sales, not pink sale, you know, and I was scammed by someone who created a copy of pink sale website, which is a website you can use to invest in pre-sale when you are whitelisted. Okay. And I was scammed like this with a copy, just changing the URL, and it was the same design, the same functionality. And this is one of the day I was scammed, but it's not the only one, you know. So I was very angry, and at the beginning in my crypto adventure, I was very like a kind of beginner crypto investors, faced too many scams, and this is why we created StaySafe, and right now I have a more overview of the space, you know.
Oh man, no! When you explain about StaySafe, because to me it sort of remind me of you know your version of like hacking or Certic, like basically they kind of like audit the smart contracts. So because I come from the exchange side, so like when we list projects, one of the requirements for projects is they need to get an audit report from Certic or Hacking or any other analytic company. But even still then, again, especially coming from the Binance Smart Chain, a lot of projects.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I mean, they are kind of like, to use the correct word would be a lot of them are like shitcoin projects.
Yeah,
so plenty of them, unfortunately, because it's easy to apply and create and stuff. But thank you for sharing your personal journey, because some of the mistakes you made is very similar to a lot of people who I come across. And see, I can't help. I mean, because some of them they use the URLs are very similar. The user interface is also pretty much the same thing. So I think what I liked about your story is, unlike 99% of people I come across who kind of like who have the right to complain and stuff, but you chose a different path. You know what? I'm going to figure out another way,
Yeah,
and that
gonna
is
fight.
exactly. And I think that's what I like. What I really believe is you took the entrepreneurial route, where you know what, I'm going to come up with my own solutions that will help me out as well as other people. So thank you for doing that. I really love that.
Welcome.
So but one of my favorite topics I want to dive deep is I would love to complain about CoinMarketCap and especially Binance too, because for selfish reasons, of course, So could you share to the audience and also people going to listen in, like, what is the relationship with Binance and CoinMarketCap?
Yeah,
And
of course.
so please dive deep. Go ahead, like go all in. So.
Just to add something about what you're saying, it's true that there is like a lot of scam in BSC on small project, but I saw, like, I don't know the name of the project. I will find it and I will send you the project. But I saw like 1 week ago a project that was audited by Celtic that had a vulnerability and that make the user lost more than million and of USD. So even if you are audited by top players, Celtic, which is the auditor firm number one, you can have like vulnerability and scam. I don't know if it's potential or not.
Right.
Not schedule, but you can have, and we face to some. So it's very difficult to invest and to run in cryptocurrency space, and it's very risk investment and risk space, and this is why we built StaySafe at the end, But to talk about Mobula Finance, basically. And maybe you want to add something?
Sorry. I just want to cut in. I just want to throw my my opinion. I think it's going to ruffle a lot of people with regards to Certec. My opinion. So maybe you might agree or not, but I think we might have some haters. But when I think of Certec, to me, Certec is the McDonald's of cybersecurity. Just want to put it out there. Anyway, go ahead. Just want to throw in.
Interesting point of view. We will talk about it off camera. But no, to talk about Mobula Finance and Mobula, basically, I have no Mobula Finance in mind, but we say Mobula. So to talk about Mobula, basically, we faced to some problems with StaySafe tokens were listed in a centralized exchange, and this centralized exchange have API that's is linked to CoinGecko, so another data aggregator. And we are saying that the data that were sent from this exchange centralized Quantiger, it was the one we listed, StaySafe, making some fake data to make the token most known and being must see in CoinGecko, because it was the only exchange centralized that was getting StaySafe in his exchange, So it was in his interest to make the token most beautiful than what it was. And we saw this kind of market manipulation from centralized exchange that's sending data to data aggregator, or from data aggregator that will not, I will not say they will make manipulation, but they show what they want people to show. They show they show what is for their interest, and it's logical, When you have a data aggregator that is the data aggregator number one, CoinMarketCap, with more than 300 million unique visitors every month, this data aggregator that is centralized is linked to Binance, because Binance purchased it for 400 million few years ago. So this
2020.
2020, 2 years ago. Yeah, exactly. And so it's in his interest of Binance to show the token they are launching, the Launchpad, to make some a strategic placement, and more than this advertisement strategy that is we can say logical. They invest in a tool. They want to put in front what they can be interested for them. There's like some problem of efficiency when you try to be listed in CoinMarketCap. First, all tokens can't be listed in CoinMarketCap. Sometimes if you don't have one contact, sometimes if you're missing one thing, your token, even if it's launched, even if there is people behind it, even if there is a vision behind it, even if people trust your project, sometimes it's not enough, and CoinMarketCap can say, sorry, but you will not be listed in CoinMarketCap. They will not saying you will not be listed, but they will not list your token. So this is one of the major problem. All data, all tokens can't be in that aggregator centralized. It depends of the entity or of the team that's managing the centralized data aggregator. And this is one problem, because if you're launching a project and that you have a small community, so a small launch, etc., but you have a good vision, you want to empower something, you want to fight environment question, etc., you sometimes you don't have the visibility because you're not listed in this CoinMarketCap or in the other data aggregator. And what we saw is that there is a kind of secondary market when people are going to sell you the fast listing on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko or other data aggregator for like 4,000 euros, 6,000 euros.
Wow.
It's very expensive, and it's a kind of a very secondary market, like in the luxury industry. So it's not very like secure. Sometimes people are also scammed because they trust people who send them message saying that they have contact in CoinMarketCap, but at the end they just lose the money. So it's not fair, and CoinMarketCap is so important for the crypto space. It's like at the center of all the Web3 and all the crypto, but it's centralized. We don't see the value of the Web3 and the crypto space, And this is what we are building Mobula. Mobula, basically, it's a decentralized version of CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. It's owned and powered by its user, the members of the DAO. How it works is simple. People can submit their token directly on our website, and it's completely on-chain. We have a form that is linked to smart contract, etc. When they submit their form, these tokens were submitted will appear in the dashboard of the member of the DAO. Also, we are going to collect the data from other tokens who are already listed in centralized exchange, which means that today we have more tokens and data than CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko united together, because we have data from everywhere. And this data from everywhere will come and who are storage and who are sent to our DAO. Our DAO members will have the responsibility and we have the job to examine every parameters, every data. And this is done in 2 steps. We have a hierarchical DAO to make sure nobody will fake or will make false information, will add false information, will validate project that is not good, because we have like a project name, project logo, smart contract. And for example, if the smart contract is not the good one, people will see the smart contract linked to a project that is not the good one. It's a scam, people will maybe buy it, but it's not the one. So we have the DAO who are responsible for this, but they are responsible in a good way. It means like if I validate a project, there is like 2 sorts. The first sort is for people of the DAO which are in the parts of the rank 1 DAO. And we have a second sort, which are people from the DAO who are in the sort 2 of the DAO, which are like mainly people who already made good job, who already proved that the result was good, because we are tracking the result of each member of the DAO. It means if for 5 submission, for 5 proposition of yes, it's good, or no, it's bad, if you have a rate of 100% of success, because we can track this, you can ask to be in the sort 2 section, And how it's work is simple. There is like right now we have around 30 members in the DAO, and to be part of the DAO, you have to be elected. You have to make a submission, and the DAO will vote if you can participate or not. So first we have this sort, we have this sort of like the people of the DAO are people who can be trustable, by the community, by the people. And after this, if you make some choice, if you validate or refuse the token, it means that people have to be at least 5 or 10 to validate the project to be able to go on the another step, And this limit will increase, taking into account the number of the people in DAO, So if there's 30%, 30 experts on the DAO, we have to make 5 validation at least to go on the step 2, And on the step 2, it will be 10 validation, for example. But if we are 50 in the DAO, which we will we will have to be 50 in the DAO because we're going to have more and more tokens, But the number of validation will increase to be sure that this data we receive that is more and more bigger, this influence we have because we will be powered in tools and front end dashboard. So we have influence. We have to be sure that all data will be correct, etc. And right now, we launched this system. We have more than 6,000 tokens right now in 1 week. People of the DAO are extremely excited and extremely professional. They like the idea of having an impact. They like the idea of having power, but they like also the idea of helping the ecosystem, So we choose them, the first members, we choose them very with taking care, because the first members will help the other members to join the DAO. So we have to watch out to this. There is a kind of regulation, a governance, etc. But right now it's working fine, even if the Mobula token, which is in the center of all of this, is not listed, so they don't earn anything, because as you can understand, if they work, they need to earn something, and they will earn tokens of our project. And I will explain to you later maybe this. But they work so hard because they like this idea of helping the ecosystem, having some impact, etc. And from the rate we observe, more than 98% of the decision were good. So it means we have a regards of everything. And after us, it will not be centralized. So I will not have myself a regards, but the member who have the most good rates will have a regards to the others. It's like a meritocracy. But from now we have this regard, and we see that the rates are extremely good. So we are very happy. It shows a kind of proof of work of our technology and the way we are building. And that was, and it's basically very interesting, because we succeed to decentralize a platform, CoinMarketCap, that didn't do it and didn't try it even, and faced many problems and complaints from the user, And this is what we saw, and we are launching Mobula Finance in 1 month. The beta of the platform is already live. It's going to be huge. Honestly, it's going to be huge.
No, definitely. No, no, actually, it's quite refreshing to hear, like, this actual, involvement from the community, because I think at the moment it is small, like, in terms of, the activity engagement, especially people caring about getting the right data and,
exactly.
Just being, purist in terms of, hey, the idea of decentralization, because, I guess, from our generation, millennials and Gen Zs, and hopefully the Gen Alphas, they're seeing we're seeing our parents or, the previous generation with I guess Web 1, Web 2, there's a lot of centralization, a lot of manipulation of data and stuff,
Exactly.
I mean, especially in because I used to work in the traditional financial space. So definitely there is a lot of centralization and also mismanagement of things, so
exactly.
So it's good to see that
something
happen.
that is very interesting and very important to add, and this was at the origin of Mobula, is that we first launched Mobula, this protocol system to and for the platforms, for the tools, the DApps, because platforms more and more are developing around DeFi, around like cryptocurrency, and they need data.
Yeah.
They need data. They need to enrich data. And right now, when you're a DApps, decentralized apps, to collect data, it's horrible because you have at the end to not be completely decentralized to get like the API of CoinMarketCap, which is completely centralized and depends of this centralized API. Even if you ask the apps, decentralized apps, you know, and we build our solution on chain, which is live. We have the first version of this API static system, which we will send completely free and 20 times more faster and better than CoinMarketCap API. The data of all the tokens we have, so it means the pictures of the project, if the project have an audit, KYC, the smart contract, the social networks, and all of this on chain, completely free, and for the apps, for coin nesting, for exchange, for swap. And we launched this sprint of contacting partners and tools who can be interested. And in 1 week, we signed more than 30 tools and programs and swap and exchange. So it was crazy, the hype around our solution for B2B, you know. So we are very excited because at least if we don't succeed of making a kind of 2.0 CoinMarketCap for the front-end version, because people, they have CoinMarketCap in mind. They use CoinMarketCap right now. I mean, the consumer. For now, we are game-changing for all the professionals, for all the platform, the coin listing, the swap. We are game-changing for them because we give them free data that is more accurate, that that have more information, and that are completely decentralized. And for this, it's already a huge improvement, and it shows a very use case of what decentralization can do for business in crypto space, you know?
Right. Yeah. Because I was, just looking at the Mobula website and stuff. So, I mean, you definitely have some interesting, backers and integrators and stuff. Obviously, those who are in the know, those who have deep knowledge, they will definitely value Mobula. But I think for this to gain more traction, what you mentioned earlier was, a lot of people still go to CoinMarketCap specifically. I prefer to use CoinGecko. I tend to trust them much more better. But I guess what we're experiencing right now is, in terms of change, is a change in the culture within our crypto community, or like the industry. I think that needs momentum, and we have to amplify some of the voices, like my voice and your voice and other people too. Hey, then this change needs to take place. So do you think trying to focus on the culture in the crypto community would help Mobula come into the light? Do you think it's an easy task or it's a tough task?
It's a good question, and I think like the culture and the way people think and the decentralization and user-powered need of people will definitely help Mobula, because more and more people will by themselves say, okay, I'm tired of being manipulated by this decentralized platform. So of course it will help, but for now our strategy is pretty simple and it shows its success. The idea is that we are attractive and sexy for the platforms who integrate us. So we are powered in maybe soon thousands of platforms. So we have value for these platforms, this tool, then this coin listing, this the apps. But because we are integrated in all this platform, we have value for token creators. Because if we are integrated in 100 of platforms, it means our data, the tokens we are collecting, are integrating and showing all of this platform. And so for now, we are starting to be very interesting for token creators. And for this, it's also a good boost for us, because if crypto creators prefer to use and to submit in Mobula, because they know that they will be listing first, because this is a good point, but they will be listed more faster than CoinMarketCap and at less price. And
Yeah.
same for CoinGecko. I talk about CoinMarketCap because it's a more bigger and the more competitor because he's owned by Binance, you know. But if we are attractive and sexy for the crypto creators, and we are actually, it will help us being new by the community, because these token creators, they will share the listing of Mobula to their community. They will adapt and index our data to their Discord. You know, it's all this strategy of being attractive for the B2B to enter in the consumer space that we are making right now. But also like the kind of market trying to educate our consumer, trying to educate the Web3 and crypto addict and enthusiast about decentralization and what are the benefits. It's also very important for us, and we are planning to making some things about it on the social network. So I completely agree with you about the culture things, you know.
But, no, because I think I think to me, because I've been following crypto for a long time back in the States, and I think to me, culture sort of matters, especially this like the crypto I believe in. Like I tend to, like, personally for me, I tend to favor digital cash, or privacy coins and stuff. Just because, like, the history of Bitcoin, how it's created, and obviously I'm sure you also aware of the hash wars with BTC, BCH, and then within BSV. So there's a lot of different cultural ideologies that's involved in the space. There's a lot of it. Before, it used to be tech driven, but now it's more belief driven, so there is a lot of so to me, I think definitely there's power in culture, and also how we lead, because definitely I am personally weary when it comes to centralization in terms of coming from the government side, and corporations also getting involved. So I do see a lot of even from the banking side, some of them are entering in the crypto space, and they have their own little grift going on. So I definitely want to see, I want Web3 to be successful in terms of communities. A lot of I want to be different communities, get involved and work together and stuff. So I mean, to me, that's something I personally care about, because this will help bring more economic and financial freedom from a macro level. So that's something I really care about, So
I completely agree. Community is in the center of the main Web3 project, and most of them, without the community, it's not working. And when you do a DAO or decentralized project, if you don't have the community and people that are here to support you and that are here to participate in the project, it's not working, So I completely agree.
Yeah. And also, I'm glad you also have marketing experience, so you understand, there are many projects I come across, great engineers, great cryptographers, technically, there's some guys who I know, they're so I would say without a doubt one of the best in the world. But you can have the best tech, but if you don't have the right marketing people, the right branding people, or the right people who know how to bring influence to the space, many good projects have died, So
Exactly.
And there's something that I'm sure, could you also share from your experience why marketing and branding really matters for projects, So
it's a good point you're saying this, and I think I recommend every Web3 creators, and it was the same in Web3 and for all the companies, to always start by talking to your potential customers, your potential users, and trying to build something with them. It's even more important in Web3, but starting by creating a community and making them making them being in love of your project, in love of your team, being them not only customers and users, but ambassadors, is very important. And we start by this with Mobula Finance. We didn't start by creating the product and making in the market online and saying, hey, Here you can use it. We started by creating a community, co-building the project with them, and this is why today we don't have our front-end platform, which is kind of similar platform that CoinMarketCap decentralized with all data. We don't have this right now because we want to build it and to co-build it with the members of our community to be sure we will be aligned and everyone will be satisfied. Of course, everyone will not be satisfied. It's not like a kind of 100% people are saying yes, okay. But if the majority and if you let people express their opinion, their arguments, their idea, at the end you will win, you know. So it's all this idea of building marketing strategies that are around the community and that are benefits for everyone, you know. When we first start launching our Web3 project, Stay Safe, for example, the crypto space was completely different. It was impossible to make advertisement on Facebook, for example, impossible to talk about, impossible to make some Google ads, etc. Right now, they decided to become Meta, so there's a lot of marketing, very radical marketing campaign with ads, with Google ads, with YouTube video promotion, etc. For me, it can be interesting. It can make kind of impact and it can help for launch, but it's more like a pump and dump strategy. For us, we prefer to work with community, make long-term strategy, think about partners, integration, etc. And this is the marketing of growth hacking and growth marketing point of view that's take the lead for this, I think. And I really recommend people to think long term and don't just put in the roadmap and the marketing roadmap. Let's make a collaboration with this influencer. Let's make a Google ads here, because it will die at the end, you know. And if you are not making this, so
thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. No, because look, the thing is, just to let people know, especially because some new people watching, I work for a centralized exchange. Even previously, I worked for another centralized exchange, previously Bitcoin.com exchange, now FMFW.io, now work at XE.com. So I have read so many white papers, and a lot of them are kind of shitty. They, you know, some of them also just throw in a lot of, you know, too many English words and, you know, all this roadmap and stuff. I mean, it's cute, but when they throw in, like, you know, KOLs and all that stuff, like I just don't care. To me, I just see it as a glorified shitcoin, you know. But you know, what I do care about is, you know, proper tokenomics, and also does it make sense and does it solve a problem in a marketplace? That's what really matters. So to any future projects, so that's when I'm so glad I saw that LinkedIn post of yours, because I know Marie Tatibouet from Gate.io. I think she knows you. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay. I look at this guy recognized a very big problem. I've been trying to voice this problem for a long time. Not many people really cared, or they just wanted to ignore it. But now, as people are putting more money into cryptos and blockchain, now they care about real data.
Exactly.
Right? So I think you're on the right step, buddy, and definitely I'll be following through, and because to me it really matters, because even coming from the privacy space too, I'm a person I'm a big fan of Monero, and one of the main discussions we have right now is there is manipulation with some of the privacy coins on Monero, especially with Binance. There's some great guys who have been doing a lot of investigation, and there's a lot of paper manipulation of Monero too. So and also lately, you know, some of the like, you know, Binance have been trying to stop the withdrawal of Monero. There's been a lot of big players, you know, trying to stop it, but they try to suppress it. Even also other cryptos too, not just PrivacyCon, but some other good projects too, because there are, I would say, let me put it in this way: the power's not meant to be. They're trying to suppress those projects because they actually are solving some of these problems. They are fighting back the big tech. Let me put it this way: there's some big tech players. They don't want some of the smaller projects to succeed. So I think for regular people, or like the good people in the space, we need good data. We need real data to
Yeah.
showcase, hey, look, something's not adding up, And I know a lot of people too, when they look at CoinMarketCap or whatever, or CoinGecko, like, wait, something's not adding up, wait a minute, like this is something going on, like, so yeah, I mean, like, there are those who kind of manipulate the numbers and stuff, and I'm looking at some of these volumes and price stuff. You know what? Like, I want people to start questioning things and realize, like, hey, wait a minute, we are going to see what happened in 2008. With the housing prices and stuff. Wait a minute, this, or with the what do you call that? Collateralized debt, CBO, collateralized debt obligations and stuff. So this can also happen with crypto too. So I want more people to be aware of it. So I mean, the tools that you're building in and the community that you are educating too. I mean, hey, look, I know educating people takes a lot of energy and time, but it's a burden of love, right? Trying to do that.
Of course.
I mean, just to could you share like some of your experience in trying to teach people about the space? I know it's kind of like a broad question, but
I decided this year. I decided to kind of documented what we are creating. So I have launched a newsletter. I've posting on LinkedIn, etc. So from my personal account and my personal routine, I've been trying to educate people about what is decentralization, what is crypto, what is Web3, because I've been saying too much like post and subject about just like NFTs or crypto token, but Web3 and blockchain is not just this, Web3 and blockchain can solve many problems, and it's what personally I've been fighting and trying to educate the people who follow me in social network, etc. And with Mobula Finance, what we are trying to do is we have a Discord. We are completely available 24 hours to 24 hours. We are answering to all questions. We're explaining everything. We are planning also kind of to explain to people exactly how we did to make the system work, because people, they don't very understand how it can be possible to decentralize everything, how it's work, how it can be accurate, how we do if there's a problem. So we firstly make this Discord open and answering to all questions. We are currently making a video to explaining how everything work, making some animated video. We have 4 smart contracts that are communicating together. This aims to making this differ to this system, which is centralized, and make this. We are trying to make some effort and invest in educating people, and we make it because I think that people need to understand that there is option, there is alternative, and they are not have to be fixed and blocked with centralized companies and centralized solution.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because I know normally a lot of people have like a binary thought process, either this or that, but they never think of, there's so many other options out there. There's a lot of abundance also of great information too. I guess it's a balance of, from our side, we need to market ourselves better, but also on the flip side too, the people also need to also take the initiative to, look for other places, look for other solutions too, so I think there has to be, what's the right word? Collaboration or cooperation in some sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot about Mobula, but could you? I don't know. Let's shift to the secret company. I'm kind of curious about that. Could you share some about it?
Basically, like I told you, I have co-founded this startup studio with 4 other business partners, and we are a startup studio, London-based, that co-create around 2-3 companies every year. So basically, what we are doing is that every partners, every friends of mine who are like in the Secret company who have a kind of specialty. For example, one of my partner is addicted and professional with no code solution, no code system. Another one specialized in SEO, search engine optimization, visibility, organic, etc. And we all have our specialization, and we all put our knowledge together to help projects, entrepreneurs, young, talented people who have ID to build something very ambitious. And for my side, I have launched the Web3 division. I'm the CEO of Web3 Island, which is one of our program. And with Web3 Island, we have first created Stay Safe. We have created a studio of NFT, a product studio of NFT, which wants in future to create its own mobile game, its own movie with decentralized and user-owned characters. So we want to reinvent Disney. So it's a very strong vision too.
All right.
We started by making some big NFT for big players, for big companies, because we have the best 3D artist team. We are hiring the best artists from all the game industry, League of Legends, Minecraft, etc. And we are making big NFT for big players. And inside of this, we are building mobile game, movie, etc. So this agency, it's Alchemist Labs. And I think we are going to hear about it in the coming months because we have some massive project with this. We have Mobula Finance, which is a massive project too. And that is, we don't have a lot of project because we are focusing on this three big project that was launched 1 year ago at minimum, and right now our goal is to co-found this from the beginning when it's ID to the moment that it's kind of working without needing operational team from outside, because we are building companies. So we are helping them hiring the best experts for each company. We're helping them creating their own company culture. And from one moment, and we saw this since 2 years because it's our job to co-create company, and at the end making them fly by themselves, So after around 12 months, 18 months, naturally, the entrepreneurs we have created their company and we support them will go and fly by themselves. We will be here as advisor if they need us, etc. But we will be less present that at the beginning we were every day here, every day making them introduction, every day executing for them. We are here when it's ID to make this something real and ambitious and big. And when it's big, we help them with their growth. And it's what we are doing with our startup studio, basically.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Wow. Okay. No, that's okay. That's really cool that you get to. You guys are really hands-on early, but also at the same time too. You also want to give these guys some freedom and at least give them a solid foundation where they can succeed. But I guess it wins both ways, right? I mean,
exactly. It's simple. Instead of letting these people going to see fund to raise seed money because of their idea or because of their MVP, what we are trying to build it's a bootstrap company with them. We making all the knowledge we learn available to them. We help them. And at the end, they have the profile to if they want to raise in A series, they have the profile to launch and to develop by themselves because they have organic growth. They are completely independent and they have like their life company. We are changing the life of people. We are going to have this idea. We are going to match with these people we meet. We're going to put in the table and trying to share our idea and see what we're going to do, but not brainstorming during months. We are going to execute during months, but thinking about it so only 1 or 2 days. We are very executing company co-funding startup.
All right, then that's cool. I got to ask you this question. So your startup studio, right?
Yeah.
You guys are based in the UK, so you're already making things happen in the UK. But I gotta ask you this, man. Like, so you got your boy here in Dubai. All right. So the question he's asking you is, hey, is there gonna be a startup studio? You know, have any plans to go overseas? You know what I'm saying? So do you have anything like that to help help some aspiring entrepreneurs in Dubai or India?
Yeah.
Like, I
But
mean, that'd be really cool, man.
firstly, if you invite me in Dubai, I'm here. I'm coming directly, to be honest.
All right, yeah.
And
All right,
and
okay,
secondly,
cool.
to be honest, we operate in France, in Paris. I don't know if you hear it, but I am completely French. I have a French
Yeah,
accent.
of course. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
So to be honest, we
Okay.
are based in UK, but we are operating mainly overseas. We are
Gotcha.
operating in Europe. We are operating in the world. We are remote, completely remote. So it's
Okay, all right.
we see the entrepreneurs we co-create company with, but more with like a kind of boot camp. Like every 2 months, we are going to book an Airbnb and invite all the team and make and work together during 1-2 weeks. But we are
Okay.
completely remote, so we are completely open, and we are discussing with Dubai-based company and entrepreneurs. So honestly, I think before the end of the year, I will catch up in Dubai.
Oh, all right. No, no. Okay. This is great news. Okay, this is cool. I love that. You got like a remote team and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Of
because
course,
see, I haven't.
you need in 2022, if you want to be agile and make our job of always being able to see some opportunity to meet people, being fixed with office and not being able to move, it's pretty complicated.
Yeah, no, trust me, no, I get that. Yeah, previously I was working remotely, but now we have with XT. Actually, we're trying to really scale things here in Dubai. I mean, just
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of crypto and blockchain activity over here.
Yeah,
Um,
it's crazy.
what?
I have the
Yeah,
feeling that
yeah,
everyone are in Dubai. All my friends told me, "Oh, the team is
yeah, yeah.
Dubai, is Dubai."
Yeah. No, because I'll tell you what. Like, I mean, also to share with the audience too. Like, in a couple of months, you're going to see a lot of money coming from the West, coming from Silicon Valley. They're actually going towards the East, and definitely, it's not just me. So I've been talking to some high level folks too here. Like, the Dubai is going to play a big role too, and there's also going to be a lot of talented people also will be coming over here too. I mean, it's just a matter of time. But also I also see a lot of aspiring people too, a lot of hungry people over here too, who do need uh, not just technical skills and knowledge, but also having the right mindset of
Mm.
what Web3 is supposed to be. Because unfortunately, what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing they say they're Web 3.0, but honestly, I want to say they're more like Web 2.5. Oh, I mean, I'm just being generous, but honestly, they're more like Web 2.1. So, I mean, I have to be honest with you. Like, so you know where I'm coming from. So,
Yeah,
I
but
think we need that.
it's our job to make them go in Web3 at the end. We have to help everyone being educated, because me,
Yeah,
from my
yeah,
side, I got the opportunity to being educating by other people with on-chain solution, etc.
yeah.
So we have to make it, because it's like this. There is no school, there is no program who will help you and will share what is Web3, what are the Web3 cultures. It's crazy for this. No, I don't see any school, but it started yet since 1 or 2 months. But I was looking
Yeah.
1 or 2 months ago if there's like a marketing Web3 program or kind of course about Web3, crypto, blockchain,
Yeah.
etc. I've been talking with one of the top 5 business school in France, which is very well ranking in the world.
Yeah.
The director of the program didn't know what was the Web3. So I was shocked.
Yeah.
People are completely outside the reality of what's happening right now. Crazy.
No, sure. But say, look, but okay, but let's keep real. We can't blame them for not doing, not knowing that, because I mean, it still is sort of evolving, right? There's so
Of
so
course.
many things are happening at the same time. So, like I'm in the crypto space, but I'm barely, I'm struggling too. Like I try to keep myself specialized in certain areas, but man, like when it comes to NFTs and Web3 and stuff, oh, I mean, metaverse, I mean, that's a whole nother like
I completely agree.
conversation.
Web3, Web3 subject is so, there's so much to learn, etc. What I try to say is like institution and basic and traditional institution at school, they need also to make this effort. People, it's normal that they don't actually know everything. It's so complicated, but we have to get traditional big players like school, organization, states who will help people understand. I think instead of just like making like we don't have to rely on all the crypto creators to educate the people. I think there's like we have to be helped by organization, by traditional space, etc.
Yeah, I guess yeah, I can agree with that perspective too. But I know personally for me, like I have this belief, or my vision is to see guys like you, kind of like teach other people like in different areas. Hey, this is what you're gonna do, and hey, this like let them teach other people too. Like I want to see it in more sort of like a decentralized way. But I get that. Like I know it does take time, but uh, I, I guess maybe I'm a pessimist when it comes to like teaching traditional and institutions to get into Web3. I don't know. I see like I've got sort of like pessimist in that side, but I am happy to see because I just love the energy and the fire that you and your team have. Like it's sort of small, agile, so. And also you keep that spirit alive, so because I see like when many other teams like they join other big companies, it kind of dies out. It kind of get mellowed down. You kind of that beast kind of gets tamed. So I hate to see that. I hate to see that. So
yeah,
but that's my opinion. That's all. But yeah. But anyways, before we end this thing, Julian, please share some final words, some words of wisdom, like for the users and aspiring entrepreneurs who are entering the crypto and the blockchain space. Please.
Okay. But firstly, thank you for the invitation. It was a pleasure to talk and to share what we are doing with the secret company, Web3 and Mobula. To all the entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs or people who want to create a project in Web3, I really recommend you to start going into communities of creators, into community of Web3 project creators, or to start just joining Web3 projects to see how it's work, how the community can have an impact and can co-create a project together. Because what you will see online about creating a company, making a business canvas, making a pitch deck, all this kind of courses we used to see in school or we used to see on internet is pretty different in Web3. So to understand how the company launch their project in Web3 or we build Web3 project, the best things to do is to join Web3 project and to see how it's going on, what are their milestones, what are the roadmap, etc. So I really recommend you to make this, to be curious, to talk with people. It's something that is very incredible in Web3. You can talk easily and reach easily people who are like owner of big company, who are like a manager of this big exchange. People are not... they are like open, they open their DM in Twitter. You will see they are not like very untouchable like big players in Web2, so don't be shy to send email, to send a SMS, to send a Telegram. People will answer you at the end, probably not all, but most of them. And I really recommend you to be interested about it. And if you don't want to create a company Web3, etc., no worries. Just maybe go on this community to understand how it's work and what can be the alternative of important Web2 service you use today. What can be the Web3 version of what's or part of your life, etc. It's all a question of curiosity and seeing what's happening right now, because it's happening and there's no choice. It's on the road,
No, cool. No. Those are great words of wisdom, man. Definitely, it's needed, and I guess just keep that that spirit alive, and just be curious, So hey, Julian, thank you so much for taking the time. I mean, it's fun learning this, and also get to speak some truth, truth to power, when it comes to, our industry, and, we're trying our best to possibly make that change. And, personally for me, it's all about increasing people's financial confidence, raising their human capital, and of course, let's bring economic and financial freedom for the world. So that's the big dream for me and for everyone. So, anyways, definitely we're gonna see Julian back again, maybe in a couple of months, or who knows, he might start up a studio in Dubai, get some, try to have a little boot camp thing. Who knows, So, anyways, just stay tuned with the Cryptocosm. You'll be the first to know. All right, y'all be good. Y'all be safe. We will talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Ciao, ciao.